Did that register on yours
Yeah,
already?
but I had to go back in.
Look.
No?
All right.
You take the lead.
All right, what's up? What's up, everyone?
Hi, guys.
I'm Ron.
I'm Angela.
And this is
Chatter of Opinion.
Now, today, or if you guys, have been joining us, we have covered a few topics when it comes to love languages.
The five love
we are
languages.
covering the 5 love languages. We've already been through 3.
You're gonna make me name them off.
The 3 love languages that we have been through were gift giving, acts of service,
and words
of affirmation.
And
today we are covering my top love language, which is that quality time with you.
Oh.
No.
Oh, yes.
We ain't doing that? Yeah. Quality time is the topic today. That is my top love language. 2 things. We appreciate you guys chiming in. If quality time is your top love language, or you have something to contribute, please chime in. You have 2 ways to do it. You can message, no matter if it's on YouTube Live or here live, or you can call in if you want to be heard and not seen. And it's the number is in the bio, which is 505-528-5653, and I will put that in the chat. Once again, that number is 505-528-5653. But today we are talking quality time, right?
Yep. This is your top one. This was one of my higher ones, but it wasn't my top. I think it was my second or third.
Okay. To speak on that, I did some research earlier, and quality time was the top love language for both men and women. Did you know that?
I could see that. Because almost it's like, why be in a relationship if you don't want to spend time with someone?
But nowadays, people don't, since the internet is so popular, a lot of people don't really spend time together like that. And you have to work. Before people didn't normally work
Maybe
as much.
Older generations still do, but youngers don't.
What you mean?
Like the younger generations, they're kind of okay with like not face-to-face quality time, whereas us older generations are.
Yes, yeah, right? I would agree, because the older generation, they tend to, you know how important that time is. So your older generation, you get your feelings from the face-to-face interaction versus being on the new technology.
I think as you get older too, you understand that life is short and you could lose your loved ones quickly.
We will cover that.
Okay.
Yeah, but
but I don't think younger kids realize that, so they don't understand the importance of it. And it's the society that they've grown up with,
right?
Where they just, the quality time is not a priority for them,
right? Because it's become the norm for the newer generation to just hang out at the house, and quality time might be texting all night, or messaging, or playing a video game with someone online. That might be what they consider to be quality time. I wish we had some younger people that are on here that would actually chime in, so we can understand or get a better understanding of what they feel as though quality time actually is.
Yeah. So if you're on here and you're under the age of what, 30, 25?
Yeah.
Then please chime in.
30. You're under the age of 30. Chime in. But I'll be very curious to figure out what is quality time when it comes to the younger generation.
Right.
All right?
Okay.
So, and speaking of quality time,
sorry guys, we got a pop up.
Let's go with the definition. The definition of quality time, according to the internet, was time spent with your partner where you have each other's undivided attention. I'm all over the place.
I know. Are you okay?
Once again, that's time spent with your partner where you have each other's undivided attention. Now, undivided attention means what to you?
Well, where you're in the moment.
Okay. Because sometimes people, when you go to, let's say, restaurants and stuff, you see that people are together, but
Yeah, they're both
each
on
on
their
the
phone.
phones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that really undivided attention? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
but
we'll
I
get to
almost
that down the
don't
line
agree
too.
with that
Yeah. But
because, right, it's sometimes just being together but
Mhm.
not really paying attention to each other. Just like a warm body in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you talk about quality time, I mean undivided attention, sometimes that attention is just straight up focus on the man and the woman or whatever the dynamic is of the relationship. The undivided attention means I have all of kind of your attention. Like we're focused on each other.
Yes.
A lot of times you'll see that, and I challenge you when you go out to some of these restaurants or some places, you'll see people sitting down, and there's very little to no conversation between the individuals that are involved. Normally, you see both individuals on the phone until like the food comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that spending quality time, or is that like your undivided attention? I don't understand that. If you take the time to go out with someone, why be on your phone? You know what I mean? That's the opportunity to catch up, to see whatever it is that I have been missing throughout the course of the day, where we have the opportunity to actually talk to each other.
Right.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some pros and cons of quality time. Like I said before, quality time is my top priority. So let's jump to the pros. One of the pros that I'm going to bring up is a person that has quality time, or if that's their love language, when it comes to that, it may improve your physical relationship.
May?
Yeah,
I think it will.
Oh, not necessarily true, because just because I spend some time with you don't mean I want to be all up on you. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily what that means. It may improve it. Like spending time with someone may bring you closer together, where you're laying around and you touching each other, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Or you ain't. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why I said may
Maybe.
improve your physical relationship.
Okay.
Right? It gives you the opportunity to actually see what each other likes, you know what I mean, when it comes to the physical part of it.
Okay.
Like, let's say one person loves to be touched and one person loves their space. But spending quality time, you'll realize what each other wants when it comes to the physicality of your relationship.
Right.
Right? Another one would be it gives a chance to visually see one's reaction on issues or topics.
Visually see
Yeah.
so like you're saying when you're conversating, you're able to
Right.
see and yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
how many times have you been in a relationship, or you're talking to someone and you're texting back and forth, and you text someone something and then they send you a response back, and you're like, what the? I didn't
Yeah,
even.
it didn't make sense.
Yeah, like I didn't mean that, or they
Yeah.
caught offense to something.
Or I just asked you 3 questions and you only answered 1.
Yes, yeah. So if you spend a quality time with someone and you're face to face, you can see, the reaction of the person, where they understand what you're trying to say, they like or dislike what you're trying to say, and so forth.
Well, and also they get the context right more because of your fluctuations in your voice, rather than if it's through text or like on, I say quote unquote paper, you can't really hear the fluctuations in their voice, so you may take it a different way. So yeah, being together can be a little bit more clear communication and interaction.
Possibly, but sometimes, I've been told that my face says everything.
All right, guys. Hennessy, if you're on,
Hennessy.
agree with me here, because Ron can say it all with just his face. Like his facial expressions, he will tell you just by his facial expressions.
Not necessarily true, because my facial expressions may be to the point where I'm just processing what you're trying to say to me. I'm trying to get it, and then I'll make a face like, let me process this.
When we first got together, I feel like I misread him a lot because of his facial expressions. Granted, at that time, I may not have known him as well, right? I was still in the stage of getting to know him, but his facial expressions said a lot. And sometimes they weren't always what he claims
Right.
they,
They're
his
not.
face meant.
If somebody tells me something, I receive the information. I'm thinking about what it is that you said. I branch that off to what you're trying to say. Is it the same thing that I'm understanding?
No, let's
And
keep it
then-
simple. If I'm like, hey, babe, let's go out to eat here, he's like,
Because normally a sandwich spot. Ain't nobody trying to
babe,
go to no
I don't
sandwich
want
spot.
sandwiches every
Ain't
time.
nobody trying to go to no doggone sandwich spot.
He claims that I want sandwiches
All the time. Ain't nobody trying to go to no sandwich spot.
No.
But I'm just saying, my
What did Hennessy say? Did she respond yet?
she says, yeah, laugh my
It
butt off.
does,
It
exactly.
Does not. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, the two most important women in your life.
Yeah. Antoinette
Agree.
says, yeah, me too. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't. My facial expressions do not say everything.
Mm.
Guaranteed. You know, I
Nice.
might make a face, but it has nothing to do with what I am thinking. You know what I mean? It has to do with me processing.
Well, then you need to fix your face.
Wow. Okay.
Just saying.
There it is. Another one is the love language of quality time can pretty much cover all other love languages.
All right, I need you to explain this to me because I'm not quite clear what you mean.
All right. So when it comes to quality time, that can cover words of affirmation. I'm face to face telling you what I feel about you or what I think or what you should know.
Okay.
Right? It also covers gift giving. I got to give you this gift personally.
No,
Yeah.
you could deliver it. You could leave it in my car. You could.
But who wants to do that? Don't a lot of people, when I give you a gift or I
People
give you
who
flowers,
aren't quality time people.
right? But if I give somebody a gift or give flowers or this, that, and the other, sometimes a person that's quality time, if that's their love language,
Mm-hmm.
they want to see your reaction. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? You give somebody something, you see their reaction, and then you give them the words of affirmation.
Okay.
Gift giving, words of affirmation. What's another one?
Quality time.
No, we're talking about quality time.
Oh, shoot. On the spot, I can't always remember them. I have to go through the gift giving, words of affirmation.
You got quality time that
We
we're doing
just
right
said 'em.
now.
Just remind to
yeah.
the beginning. We just said them.
But it covers every single
Acts of
one.
service.
Acts of service, right? I could
Yeah.
do something for you real quick after if I'm
And then
in person
physical
with you,
touch.
and then I could touch you afterwards because I did a good job. So quality time can cover every single one of your love languages, right? You can't spend quality time if you're, let's say, a gift giver and you're just sending stuff through Amazon. That's not spending quality time with somebody. You can receive the gift, but you're not spending that quality time with an individual.
Okay.
Words of affirmation, I could tell you whatever I need to tell you from afar. I don't need to be face to face with you to tell you what you need to know.
I'm just not clicking with this. He tried to tell me earlier about his connection with this, and I'm not connecting.
Yes, I think when it comes to quality time face to face, you can cover every aspect of your love language if you're face to face with someone. You can't cover quality time if you're not face to face with someone. You're not spending
correct, because quality time is quality
exactly.
time face
So
to
quality
face.
time could take care of all your love languages. You see what I'm saying? If I've spent quality
You're
time
saying
with
I
you,
can express all 5 love languages because I'm in
face to
front.
face,
That's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The way you said it, I'm like, I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now I'm on board. I get it now.
He said, LOL, just did that thing with his face. No, I did not. But I didn't mean it. You don't know what I meant by my face.
If you were to look back at all of our prior podcasts or whatever, or even his social media stuff like that, this guy has so many different facial expressions.
I really don't though. What's up, Theo? I see you, boy. Another
Wait,
one is
Keisha says, but being in a room with someone doesn't necessarily mean you're expressing.
okay, and we're going to cover that, Keisha. We will cover
Okay.
that in a second.
Okay.
On another positive note, it may cause memories or create
Create
memories.
memories.
Yeah,
With the time
spent. If you spend time
I
with
think
someone,
that's important. I hate to keep going back to this because it's still fresh, but I'm going to use it because it's fresh. But we recently lost our mom, and with that, it's like you do reminisce about all the times that you spent with your loved one. And so if you understand that sometimes or anytime life is short, that quality time is so important, because if I didn't have all those memories of her and the good memories, it's almost like, okay,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Antoinette says first you have to know each other's love language, and that is correct. Mm-hmm. You do have to figure out what a person's love language is. Because later on down the line, I didn't even think about a love language.
We
you know
didn't.
what I mean? You go into a relationship and you just go with the flow. You don't really necessarily think about what is really important to the other person when it comes to a love language.
But I think too, when you first get together, and we're a perfect example, especially because we're total opposites, knowing the love languages significantly helps. And not specifically the love languages, but just catering to how your significant other wants to be loved. Right? Because until you get to know them, though, you don't know. So you're doing these things just because you think that's the way to express love, but that's not the way they want you to express it.
And I'll be 100% honest. I didn't even think about a love language, and I didn't even know what my love language was until I took the quiz. And I started answering these questions, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can see that."
Yeah, but I prefer this over that.
Some of those things is like your horoscope. Like I read my horoscope, and I am not.
Mine is like matches me. Like, oh my gosh, when I read it, I'm like, yes, that's me.
Some of the things I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. So some of the things that they say about Capricorns, I'm just like, meh.
Mine's to a T.
Okay, but quality time is my number one. I did not used to have quality time as your priority. My priority. It used to be physical touch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
When we took it the first time years ago, what, maybe 8 years ago ish?
Maybe like 8 days ago, maybe.
No, the first time you took it, we took it years ago.
Oh yeah. It was physical touch.
It was physical touch.
And then mine changed. And here's the reason why mine changed. Like she said, recently she lost her mother. Rest in peace, Juanita. And we watched her mom go from a healthy individual to actually just withering away. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that made me realize, because I really never lost anyone really close to me in my life. Let me knock on wood on that. Like family members have been healthy, this, that, and the other. I realized that if you ask anyone that has lost someone in their life, what is it, the number one thing that you wish you had more of? And it would be time. You know what I mean? I
totally agree.
And that's anything that you go through. You know what I mean? If you're looking at something to accomplish, if you're looking at something to do, if you're looking at something in your life that you want to, let's say, succeed at, one of the things that you actually look at is time. Your time is very important. And quality time with the people that you really care about, is really important. And a lot of people don't realize that. I wrote down here, people don't realize how important time is until they don't have enough of it. Mm-hmm. It gets wasted by something or someone, or you run out of it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times when it comes to loved ones, you run out of time. Time is over. Right. And then you start thinking to yourself, I wish I had the time to say this, or I wish we had the time to do this. Yep. So quality time with an individual is very important. Yep. And I think that's why, from the situation of losing her mom,
It became more of a priority.
Right.
For
And
you.
watching that, because after she passed, you start thinking, oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done this. Like I used to take her mom out for Valentine's Day because she didn't have anyone, this, that, and the other. And we used to do like some dates or whatever where I'll just take her out. But I wish I had more time to do like different things. Just like my parents. You know, I've been away from my parents since I joined the military, and I joined the military back in '93. I don't spend a lot of time with my parents, but as they're getting older right now, I wish I had more time to do things with them than I do now. Like I said,
you got more. How do you say it?
No,
you got more.
I got more money than I do
than
time, but that's different.
Yeah.
I just wish I had more time to spend with them, even though we don't live in the same location.
Crystal says, mine also changed, meaning her love language. I think time is so important, I've realized. So trying to be more present in everyday moments. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Antoinette says, hopefully I'm not butchering your name. My dude's name is Ron. I believe his is physical touch, and we're going to cover that next week too. Physical touch is our last
physical touch. So
love
please
language.
join us. Who
please
was that?
Join in.
Antoinette. Please join us next week.
Yeah, time absolutely. Lost my dad last year, October. She lost her mom in October as well.
I lost my mom October as well.
Sorry for your loss. He made it to 88 years. He lived a good life. And my sister made sure we spent every minute with memories. Good deal right there. Like I said, anyone that has ever lost anyone, I'm pretty sure one of the things that you wish is that you had more time with that individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you do have some loved ones around you, don't take it for granted that they will always be there.
Yeah.
Spend that time with them, no matter if it's face to face or you're on the phone or you just, calling them up and checking up on them. Just make sure you spend time to let them know that you are there. It's bad when I see people pass away and then they wish they would have done A, B, C, and D when you could have done that while they were on Earth.
It's funny you say that about the calls, because today I was talking with one of my young coworkers, and he was saying his mom was like, hey, I need to talk to you when you call me on, or when we, how did she say, like, I'll talk to you about it on Sunday. And he was like, why on Sunday? And he goes, it was Friday, I wasn't doing anything, so I called my mom. And he's like, why on Sunday? She goes, well, that's the day that you always call me. He goes, I didn't realize that was the day
every
that
Sunday,
I called her. And she says she always loved Sundays because she was expecting my call.
Yeah. Theo says he lost his wife of 56 years. And I've had a conversation with Theo, and I'm pretty sure that after 56 years or after any years,
that's probably so hard. After
56 years, that person becomes your everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you all of a sudden
whole
lose
world.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Theo, like I said, my heart goes out to you. I already know what your situation is and so forth. So, you stay strong. I see you at the gym and so forth. But I feel your pain. Every time I talk to you, I feel your pain. And I'm pretty sure if I was to ask you, what is one of the things that you would want
more with your
wife, and it definitely would be time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially that quality time. When you do things on a regular basis with the person that you love or whatever, that quality time is important.
Yeah, I totally agree, babe.
Yeah. So big up to you, Theo. Like I said, I know your story, man, and I feel your pain. I appreciate you joining us today as well.
Thank you.
All right. So the cons, let's jump into some cons though. You know what I mean? Because not everything with quality time is good. And a lot of people realize that through COVID. You know what I mean? When you were spending some quality time with your loved one, you was just like, ugh.
I guess there's such thing as too much quality time.
Like, ugh, I can't stand this person.
Oh, wait, let's see. Keisha says, when it comes to my children, quality time is huge for me. It's not that often that all of my kids are off at the same time. So when I can have dinner one night a month together, it's highly valued. Babe, and tell Keisha what I always say about her and her kids.
Yeah, because you and your kids, y'all get together and y'all do stuff. You know what I mean?
Love Keisha. That every time I see you guys post, I'm like, Keisha and her kids have the best time, and they seem to really enjoy each other.
Yeah.
And together, you guys experience. I've never seen a family be so into so many different things to try to experience things.
Mhm.
And in the end, you're really making memories together. And
Right.
I always tell Ron, I love how you and your kids are. So
Yeah,
kudos to you.
another family that does that is the Adams family with
Yep,
LA
I
and
agree. They
and
always have
Jeff and
parties
Yo-Yo.
and
Yeah,
do fun
everything
things
together.
together.
Yeah, and that's fun because that's creating memories and you're
Yeah.
spending that quality time with your family members.
We do a lot of quality time, but we don't do stuff. We don't do stuff. Like my sister's afraid of everything, Crystal, if you're hearing.
Bees.
Bees. Can't do no outdoor stuff. We want to go floating. She's afraid of water. Like, so she's not a hiker. So we go eat.
That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with eating, Crystal.
I
Ain't
know,
nothing
but
wrong
I'm
with
just
eating.
saying.
My children are grown. One here in another.
The other.
In what? Is that Philo? Unless that's Philadelphia.
Maybe Philadelphia.
38 and 30. They don't
check in on they
me.
don't. They might not realize the importance of it. I think a lot of young kids do that too. Like I said, I was talking to my young coworker today,
Mhm.
and same thing. Until I told him, like, I lost my mom, blah blah blah, I don't think it clicked for him.
Yeah.
So maybe they just don't realize. Unfortunately, when you are kids, you think your parents are invincible and they're always going to be there.
Okay.
And they take that for granted.
She says Arizona and Ohio.
Oh, Ohio.
Yeah, they do take it for granted. And the thing nowadays is everyone has a cell phone. So you really have no excuse not to reach out.
And not even a cell phone, video.
Yeah, you can video chat.
Yeah,
or
like our daughter, she has her and her grandbaby, they take the time to like video chat us, which I love because then we can like physically see them.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that.
Yeah, my niece Jasmine says she calls my brother, which is Kenny or Guru, just to bother him at this point. And same with Peepaw, which is my father. We call him Peepaw. So yeah, just to reach out to him to say, you know what, I'm still alive. You know what I mean? And it's no one's primary responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility. So don't wait to say they should reach out to me or blah, 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 just because they're this or their children or their parents or whatever. Just take the opportunity to reach out to someone because I can guarantee you when they're no longer around, that's one of the things that you're going to wish that you did was reach out.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right. So one of the cons of an individual quality time would be some people that have a lot of time on their hands may require time that you don't have.
Very true.
Right. So let's say I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
But you got all the time in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I don't have the same time that you have, you might think that I'm either avoiding you or I'm not putting you as a priority.
Well,
or
like I said
like
too, like lawyers, doctors, their schedules are always so busy.
Okay.
Right. That they maybe can't provide the time that you need. But again, coming back to the quality time, yes, you may not have a lot of time, but when we are together, I expect the quality time, meaning you're present, you're not on your phone, we're making memories, that type of thing.
Okay. Gina, appreciate you joining us again, Gina. She says, I'm not married, but I would like the effort to make the marriage more exciting and communication about each other's feelings and thoughts and keeping loving within understanding. I would agree with that. You know what I mean? And the best way to do that is face to face. You know, when you have these important conversations with each other, like I said, you could see the person's expression. You can see if they're really into you or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they're checking their phone while you're talking to them, or they're spaced out and not really paying you any attention, that might be a red flag. You know what I'm saying? But you will get that if you are spending quality time with someone face to face.
I saw this guy on, I don't know what social media it was, but he basically like gives like his opinion to women regarding men and always says, I probably shouldn't be sharing this. But he was saying that like, sorry women, but if a guy is not making the effort, he ain't into you. Move on.
No. And yeah, and we'll have to do that at a later date. Like signs that a man is not into you. Or a person is not into you.
Yeah.
Yes. Another con would be the meaning of quality time may not be the same for both parties. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So quality time to me,
Yeah.
let's say to me, quality time to me could be we're just chilling, maybe watching a movie. You're just in the presence of me or whatnot. That's spending quality time with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily have to be going somewhere. I
Yeah.
don't have to be doing anything. As long as the person is in my presence, as long as you're in my presence, that's spending quality time with each other.
And I like that too, but I also like if I have things to go do, I enjoy him being with me because he makes it funner. But a lot of the stuff that I need or want to go do is stuff that Ron Tribble does not want to go
Nah.
do. So he doesn't always go, especially if it's certain stores. But I would like him to go.
But I normally support, you know what I mean? If I have to go somewhere, I have to go somewhere and I'll just suck it up. You know what I mean? I haven't been to
Sometimes.
any place where
Sometimes he'll do the I don't want to go there today. I'll be like, okay.
but still.
But it's
it's
still
straight.
more just not that I need him there. It's that I want him there because I truly enjoy his company no matter what we're doing. And then also too, if we had a busy week and we didn't really have time for each other that week, then to me, even if it's the grocery store, like I just enjoy the time we spend together.
Damn grocery store.
Whatever. We don't ever go to the grocery store anymore. I'm just giving an example.
Hennessy says that's her quality time too. And I'm pretty sure she's on my page where you ain't really got to be doing nothing. You just, as long as the person is around, you spend that time with each other.
I'm going to call you out, Hennessy. Now, has that changed since you got older or maybe had a baby? Because I remember when you were younger, I don't know who you were seeing at the time, but you were like, he just always wants to be around me. Yeah. And I was like, you're truly your father. Because at that time, Ron was fine with being alone if he didn't have to be around anyone.
I don't like people. So I was just like, all right.
So that's how Ron was he could care less if he was around people. And I feel like Hennessy was like that too. And so I'm wondering if.
Because that's my daughter.
Yes.
You know?
But again, just like you changed and now your quality time is important to you. That may be also based on Hennessy's new circumstances. She's a new mom, has her significant other that now she maybe that quality time is important.
Yeah, I think I changed because I watched how important time was. So been through something, you know what I mean, that I understand how quality time is way more important than all the other things, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So.
Crystal says Patrick's love language is QT and doesn't have a lot of free time because he works a lot.
Okay.
I should make a better effort to spend time and especially not be on my phone.
Yeah, social media, when it comes to quality time, and I understand, don't get it twisted. If you're with someone and you're, let's say, watching a movie or something like that, I would want the person to watch the movie with you. You know what I mean? Not be on their phone. If the object is to watch the movie, if we're watching a movie, it's movie night or whatever, and we're watching the movie, and you like get on your phone and you're on your phone the whole time that we're watching the movie, I could have watched the movie by myself. You know what I mean? Now, if it's just being in someone's presence, and then you do whatever you got to do, you know what I mean? I
agree. I think it's based on how you're feeling too, because there's times where he's like, Rodriguez is what he calls me. Rodriguez, get off your phone. And I'm like, okay, because maybe he picked a movie that I wasn't quite into, and then I get on my phone and he's like, get off your phone. Then there's time where he doesn't say anything. No. My argument on that, though, is so you made me get off my phone to spend time with you, but then you fell asleep.
I'm still in your presence.
So are we really?
I'm still in your presence.
I was in the presence too. I just was on my phone. No. And you sleeping is the same level of.
That's different.
No, it's not.
That's different.
It's not different. See the faces? See the faces?
Theo says being alone with your significant other is quality time. I would agree. If you're alone and you're doing something with your significant other and you're in each other's presence, like I said, that is spending quality time. As long as there's no outside influences that takes your attention away from the other individual, you're spending that quality time. Yeah. There's a lot of people that will tell you right now, no matter what, All I can ask for is for this person to be in my presence. You know what I mean? We don't have to be doing absolutely nothing. I just need you to be in my presence.
Crystal has also says, I am on my phone when he watches things I don't care for.
But she's there. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you, sister.
And I'm pretty sure Crystal is a person that will voice that she's not interested in.
Well, Crystal also has a short attention span, so that's probably part of the
Damn, you
issue.
have to call Crystal out like
She
that. How
does,
you
and she
know?
knows it. She does know it. I'm just saying.
What?
She does.
Yeah,
She
but
has a short attention span, and so I wonder if Patrick is like understands that she's like that. So he's like, okay, at some point, I would rather you just be in the room, even if you are on your phone,
It-
because you aren't gonna watch this whole movie without getting on your phone.
right, and that might be the case. I know that I put this Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever on, just like you watch some chick flicks. I'm not into it, but
I
I'll
never
sit
fall
there.
asleep on the movies.
I will fall asleep in a minute if I'm not interested.
He'll fall
in
asleep
it.
on the movie he chose.
Yeah, because when I choose it, I'm not choosing it for me. I'm just choosing it to put it on. And
Just like you buy me gifts for yourself
yeah,
because it makes you feel good.
yeah.
You're quite selfish
I'm just
or
saying.
self-centered. I don't know what it's
No,
called. Just kidding.
No, not even. But
Okay.
the thing is, when it comes down to it, some people just like the individual to be in their presence and not be distracted by outside influence.
Well, so back to the quality time may not be the same for both parties.
Mm-hmm.
A good example maybe would be one wants to, like I said, go out and about and do stuff, whereas maybe the other would rather stay in
Right.
as the
do
quality
something.
time.
Right.
So then how do you handle that? Because one maybe is a hermit and would rather just be home with you,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe the other is one that is just wanting to experience things with you out and about. So then
it has to be a balance of some sort.
Compromise,
Yeah, it has to be a
like,
compromise or
yes.
a balance. We can't always afford
stay
to go
in
do
or
things
always
or
go out.
or always
Mhm.
stay into the house, especially when individuals either don't work or they're with the kids all the time. You don't want the quality time to still be with your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you don't want the quality time to still be at home.
Right.
Sometimes people want to venture out depending on what they
And
got going on in
yeah.
life. You know what
Again,
I mean?
it's about memories.
It is,
right?
yeah.
You
Now-
could go out to a restaurant to spend time with each other and the craziest thing happened while you're there, and that creates a memory. Like, you remember that time when we went to go eat, blah, blah, blah. So it's all about creating memories.
Yeah.
Michelle says, Craig never watches movies with me, only if it's a Western. That sounds like your dad. Wasn't your dad into like Westerns? I feel like being little, always watching Westerns with your dad.
Yeah.
Huh.
Internet says, LOL, laugh out loud. I'm looking at my life right now. Stay home, go out. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Do you want to stay home, especially if you have a significant other, or do you want to venture out?
It's
but you have to
called
balance. Yeah,
balance.
you have to balance yourself
Yes.
to say, you know what, we stayed at home for the past month. Let's go out and do stuff. And it doesn't. Granted, it doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
You know, you can be creative with whatever you got to do. Just figure out something.
You know, there's one thing I've always wanted to do with this one.
Oh.
And it is not down his alley, but do you know what I'm going to say?
You better not say that doggone freaking scavenger hunt.
No.
What?
Don't even get us started on the scavenger hunt. I know Crystal's going to have the Craig face, or Patrick, not the scavenger hunt. A picnic.
Oh.
Remember one time I like even bought the little picnic thing and you're like, I hate eating outside. Just something to experience, but it also falls in line with the scavenger hunt. I'm just saying.
Eating outside to me, now I don't mind a picnic, I guess.
Just
but eating
something
outside
different
to me,
to do.
I don't like the heat. I don't like the bugs,
Being
and I like my
outside.
food to be hot.
I know.
You know what I mean? So
Take one for the team. Michelle says roller skate.
I like roller skating.
Yeah, but I'm not.
She doesn't want to roller skate.
I just had a bad experience the last time that we went.
Okay.
I almost broke my skull. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, Zaylin was really, maybe I wasn't even with you then. I feel like I was, because I feel like you remember. where I was with Zaylin and I fell and I was trying to keep him up and just let myself fall and I hit my head.
Okay.
No, we were at
You got to
the.
get over that though. Get back on that horse. Get back on that bicycle. They say you fall off the bike, you get back on the bicycle.
All right, let's go skating.
No, I'm gonna pass on
See?
that. So you said picnics. Picnics are romantic. Yeah, they can be. They can
Yeah.
be. But like I said, I'm very critical. I'll sit out there and be
Yeah.
like, man, my food cold.
And I'm not even doing it. Who just said that, Antoinette? I'm not even doing it to be romantic. It's just more like, let's go outside, especially if it's like cool. One time, me and my girlfriends went and had a picnic outside. It was so nice, but the weather wasn't like hot. There was some bugs. But it was really nice to sit on like that grass. There's this thing called grounding where it's like, you know, just centering yourself and being one with nature. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now, Ron. I'm trying to be one with nature, opening up my chakras. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Theo, hot food is my thing. You know what I mean? I will not order tacos.
Okay, what if I bring a hot plate?
I will not order tacos because my food got to be hot. You know
I
what
feel
I mean?
you. And some stuff, if it gets soggy, I
Oh,
get
I don't
it.
eat
But we
soggy
could
food.
pick our food based on so it doesn't do that.
Mm.
Or we could like get a cold sandwich type thing. Or
Us-
even
there she is with them sandwiches.
even just an ice cream. Right? Go pick up an ice cream. You don't have to warm your ice cream. It's
by the
supposed to
time
be
I get
cold.
to the picnic spot, my
Oh
ice
my
cream will be
God.
melted.
Okay, anyways. So Keisha says, I don't blame you, Ron. I'm not picnicking either.
See, I'm not saying I'm not picnicking.
That's a
it's
triple
just
thing.
not my thing. But just like the melting pot here in Albuquerque is not my thing. But
No.
we went, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I was still hungry.
We
but,
went
yeah.
with some words following after.
Who gave them words?
You.
Pat and Crystal. Microwave it? No, Theo. Sometimes you can't microwave some food. Not everything is microwavable, especially when it comes to like a picnic or whatever. But that's what we was talking about. Quality time might not
Is
be the
not the
same for
same.
both.
So again, the best way around that is compromise. Yes.
Maybe.
No,
Mhm.
it is
It
compromise.
is compromise. You have to compromise.
You do.
Which also leads to one of the cons with somebody with quality time. It may put pressure on someone to always have to come up with a plan.
Yeah, that can be a little overwhelming and yeah.
Yeah, if I know that you're
Like, I don't even want to spend time with them because now I have to like be a event planner.
Yeah,
right?
if
It becomes more of a chore.
Yeah, if your love language is quality time, I might feel as though every time we hang out, I always have to come up with something. Because if I don't, you're going to complain that I've been in the house all day, or I just want to go do this. And I said, what do you want to do? I don't know. You figure it out, and this, that, and the other. And it might put a strain or a stress on my mental, and it might put a strain or stress on my finances. You
That's
never
true.
know. You know what I mean? So that might be a con when it comes to someone that has a love language of quality time. The bottom line to all of this is you need to spend that time with the people that you really care about or you are invested in. That time is very precious. You never know when you might run out of that time. And it's
I
best
agree.
to think about things that you can invest in your loved one right now versus think about things that you should have done
Yeah.
while
they were here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while they were here. You know
Totally
what I mean?
agree.
And not only that, when you're starting to get into a relationship, you should spend quality time with someone to figure out if you can even stand that person. Like I said, with COVID, when you are forced to spend time with your significant other, I'll be curious to see how many people separated or got a divorce during
I
COVID.
think they said divorce was really high during
Ooh,
COVID.
you realize you can't stand that
Yeah.
person that you with, boy. Like you look at that person every day, like, I don't even know what I got with you.
I also think that they say that's why people hold off on retiring when they're married is because they don't know if they can day in, day out be with each other. Because
you
when
mean?
they worked, they had their own kind of time away from each other.
Oh, yeah.
So then when they're
Mhm.
retired, can I now spend 24
quality
hours
time.
with you?
I had a
all the
coworker that
time.
retired recently, and his wife had said she has a certain routine that she does while this man is at work, and she don't know what is she gonna do when he's there face to face. You know what I mean? Because she
Yeah.
don't want to spend every moment with him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Some
It's called
people,
balance.
yeah,
Because I feel like Ron too, me and Ron, like we love to be around each other, but we also need our own time to do stuff, right? So he will be watching his sports. Maybe I don't know, making shirts, or when I had time before, painting, or you know
mhm,
what I mean? Like we would also do our own things even though we were both in the house. And
right.
then in the evening we would come together and like watch a movie.
Okay. Big Theo says one night when the weather is nice, clear skies, pitch a tent in the yard, leave the cell phones in the house, and spend the night together. That's a good
Mm.
idea right there,
That
Theo. You know
that
what I
actually
mean?
sounds fun.
Right. Cell phones, internet, the
Yeah.
whole nine are, I think, some of the distractions when it comes to spending quality
The only
time
thing with
one
that is the
another.
mosquitoes love me.
Mm.
They love me, Theo. So if you can figure out how to get them to not love me so much.
I went to the Jimenez up in past Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I went camping. And the first night was pretty cool. You know what I mean? You get there, you pitch a tent, you're drinking, you're having fun. The next day I woke up
He
in the
didn't know what to
morning.
do with himself.
Woo, boy, that was a long ass day right there, boy.
It's like relax. Just sit there. That's what camping
To
is.
do nothing, just sit there and do
Yes.
nothing. While I was just like, oh, all
Just
right.
sit there and do nothing.
It wasn't bad. I don't mind camping and whatnot. I was just like, all right, I got the whole day to do nothing. But sometimes when you have nothing to do, ooh, boy, that's stressful right there.
Michelle says mow the lawn.
I don't have any grass to mow.
And the scorpions too, with the bugs. She's saying, and the scorpions too.
Oh,
Where do you live? Scorpions. We have vinagrons here. Have you seen a scorpion here?
we have what?
Vinagrons.
What is that?
Vinagron.
What's
Vinagron. I don't know. What's a vinagron in English?
What that is? You got
Vinagron. They're the ones that they smell like vinegar. What are they called in English?
a doodle bug.
A doodoo bug.
You don't know what a doodle
What is a doodoo bug?
The same thing as a vinagron. What is a vinagron? You got all
What's a
freaking
vinagron, guys?
Andy
in
Garcia
English.
on me.
Vinagron,
What
yeah.
is a vinagron?
They smell like they're black, and they don't look like a scorpion, but they kind of mimic a scorpion. Yeah, vinagrons.
Well, all the black bugs got to be a nuisance. See what I'm saying? I've never heard of a vinagron before.
Really?
No.
Really?
You got all George Lopez on me real quick. Where'd you get that from? Did you just make that up?
I did not. Somebody respond. What is a vinagron in English? I only know it as a Hold on. Keep
I don't
talking.
know what that is.
Keep talking.
But it's nice to be creative when you're doing stuff and spending some quality time with your individual. It's nice to form some type of what do you call it? Experience when it comes to, or different experience when it comes to spending quality time. Now, if your time is spent and you want to, people like me that say it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're fine as long as the person is in your presence, then you're cool. But know your audience, know who you are with. If you know for a fact that the person that you are with is a doer and they want to go out and they want to experience things, no matter if it's camping, hiking, fishing, bowling, make sure that you compromise and do some of those things and not just try to Netflix and chill, as the young folks say.
That's very common, Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
This is a vinagron, and it does call it a black scorpion or vinagron.
Okay. A black scorpion.
They are often called Europidgids.
Okay, use the syllables.
Europidgid.
Use your confidence.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it's called.
Anyways, vinagron.
A black scorpion. She
The
could have just said black
scorpion.
scorpion. She got all Desi, whatever.
Yeah, see, Michelle says if you step on it, it smells like vinegar.
I ain't never stepped on nothing like that. I ain't never even seen one of them before. But
I don't know what to tell you.
all right.
Patrick says they're called. Oh, Patrick, how do you say that though? Europidgy.
All right. National Geographic
I
on this
know.
real quick. I don't know nothing about that.
Huh.
a black scorpion is what they
Yes.
is what it is. So yeah, just like I said,
Anyways, bugs outside.
yeah. Quality time, like I said, is very important. You never know. Like I said, we lose sight of it when you're alive and you're around people that are in good health. You take it for granted many times throughout your life, throughout your day. It does not matter, period, on what you got going on. When you look at time or whatever, you always think that you have a lot of it.
So, Mr. Quality Time, what would be your ideal quality time? Like, yeah, I'm asking you.
I
This
don't
is me
know.
learning
I have
more about you.
no clue. Quality time with me, it just depends on the day, depends on the mood.
The mood.
Yeah, the whole nine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Quality time to me can be it can mean a vast, what do you call it? A range of definitions. Like if I'm tired and I come home from work and I'm just beat up from the street up, I just want to lay on the couch and watch whatever it is on TV. If you're present and whatnot, then that's been the quality time. Or I've been at home all day because I had the day off or it's the weekend and I just want to go somewhere to spend some quality time. It just depends on the person's situation. You know, quality time spent together to me is quality time. When it's effective quality time and that time is spent together, that's when it's most appreciated.
I agree.
Yeah, you'll never, like I said, you take it for granted until you don't have that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter if it's work and you're on a deadline and you don't have time to complete whatever it is that you're doing for your deadline. You're with your loved ones, and then one day they're here, the next day they're gone.
Not.
You don't have that time to spend with that loved one. You know what I mean? That is important. And like I said, a lot of people walk around in today's age thinking that either their loved ones or they're going to live forever.
Crystal says Patrick has made me go out of my comfort zone and try and do things I would normally have no interest in doing. Example, a cruise.
That's right.
Yeah. It's about compromise and trying new things together. Michelle says, I yelled with a small spider. Craig said he killed it. That was our quality time.
Oh. Craig saved your life. You know what I mean? He saved your life with the spider. So that was quality time. Big up to Craig. What's up, Craig? But yeah, the definition of quality time is different. You know, and don't get it twisted. There is time spent with someone. Yes. And there is quality time.
Right. Because when you said quality time and you said undivided attention, quality time is that you're present, you're engaged.
Correct.
Right. Rather than just being there.
Right. Because you can spend time with someone, but that's not really considered quality time.
Correct.
And then you can spend that quality time with someone that is really meaningful. I think
quality time is creating memories.
Okay.
Would be quality time. And I want to use this word, but I don't know if it's the right word. Like conjuring feelings.
Conjuring?
Right? Not the movie. Conjuring, like bringing up feelings, like making you or the person feel a certain way.
Conjuring.
I was playing Words with Friends,
yeah,
okay?
She was on that Words with Friends real quick. You know what I mean? Conjuring.
So what's another word for it?
I don't know. But black folks don't use conjuring.
Okay, well.
Putting together.
That's why you don't win Words with Friends.
Okay. Yeah, but just realize that time is precious. What I challenge you guys to do is just look within your relationships or look within yourself. In relationships, I'm not necessarily meaning a man, female, or a relationship when it comes to yeah, I'm all over the place. But look at your relationships with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and whatnot, and figure out if you are spending enough time with them.
I agree.
Spending quality time with them. Like I said, spending time with someone and spending quality time is two different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make it a point to do that. I know, like, we always say, like, So I have this group of friends and we always try to get together. Granted,
Mhm.
2 of them do have little ones, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But we really need to make an effort to just try to get together more often because life is short.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. Is this JVR?
New day, new Jay.
New day, new Jay. What do you do if you work all day in the heat and your partner's love language is physical touch? I don't like being touched a lot.
Oh,
It's about compromise, Jay, because the thing is if physical touch is their love language, maybe try touching her more. If you don't like to be touched, then you do the touching.
but who touches someone and not expect to get touched back?
Well, share his love language and say, I'm sorry, I don't like to be touched, but I don't mind touching you. I'm fine with doing this.
Jay, physical touch is our next podcast, which is next Thursday. So we will discuss physical touch.
Oh, yeah, that's
to
true.
the T.
Have her on.
Yeah. Who is her?
Oh, I don't know. I guess
What did he say?
well, I guess I shouldn't
Well,
assume
it
he's
says
talking
partner.
about somebody.
Yeah, so it says partner.
He's
so
just asking a partner. So you get on then and we'll try to walk you through it. Is Crystal bouncing around?
Yeah, Crystal says, Hannah said, Alexa, you should have been there when it came to
What
the
was funny?
scavenger hunt.
Oh my God, this whole
conversation.
scavenger hunt is, I'm never going to live it down.
Yeah. What me and Antoinette are doing is quality time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, quality time and time spent with someone that is straight up.
Say less. What time?
Yeah, that is straight up spent together with your undivided attention is very important.
Yes.
Especially in these relationships nowadays, because we spend a lot of time doing a lot of texting. You do a lot of messaging back and forth, but you
Yeah.
don't do a lot of spending quality time with each other. Now, a lot of people do this messaging back and forth. They form a relationship. Then when they move in with each other,
They don't
it's
know
a
how to
disaster.
interact.
Yeah, because they don't know how to interact
Yeah.
because they haven't spent that quality time with each other.
Yeah, I agree. Jay, for your time, we will be on at 7:00
Yes.
your time.
7:00 your time next Thursday. So we do this every Thursday.
Yes, but 6:00 our time, Mountain Time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. I learned some stuff
Okay.
about you, babe. So very appreciative to dig more deep into what you like and clearly don't like with the whole outside, no heat to your food,
Yeah.
bugs. Hence why we could do an indoor picnic. Could we not? Who was that? Theo?
So why don't you just eat
Right?
at the
I
table?
could do, babe.
Anyway, you can, like I said, you got to be creative to keep the sparks going or whatever within your relationship. If not,
Yeah.
then you're going to be doing the same old routine stuff.
You
Know who
have
your
to
partner
care.
is.
You have to care to make your significant other feel loved,
Yes.
right? And
you
make
really
the
do.
effort towards that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to always do stuff you don't like to do.
True,
Right?
but
Because if
sometimes
you're not,
gonna-
like Jay says, I hate to be touched myself, but if you care for that person, there is a compromise somewhere, somehow, that you guys can figure it out.
Some of the choice words that he used though is when you hate something.
I hear you.
When you hate something, then normally that's a turnoff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you reach the point where you
So
hate to be touched,
So I wonder at that point if it's just not a good fit.
but that should be communicated to your partner.
Yeah.
I hate this, but then again, I like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if that is that person's love language, they're not getting what they want, you're getting what you want.
It's called sacrifice. Sometimes you got to do some stuff that you don't want to do to get to where you need to go.
No.
I'm just
Run.
saying.
What you and Antoinette are doing is
Yeah.
quality time. Gotcha.
So, like I said, the thing is, spend that time with the people that you really enjoy. Know your partner's love language. If if it's
Learn
quality
it.
time, I've always heard this. You make time for the people
People
that
you
are
love.
you love, that are the people that are important to you.
Yeah, that's true.
And it doesn't have to be like all day. No matter if it's 5-10 minutes, no matter
Or
if
right
it's 30
before
minutes.
bed
Yeah, you just spend that time with that
in the
individual
morning.
just to discuss whatever it is that you need to discuss, to see how they feel, check up on them, do whatever you have to do when it comes to spending quality time with the individual. Just note that, like I said earlier, the definition of quality time to you might be different
True.
than the quality time to your partner. So figure out what it is that they consider to be quality time, if that is their love language.
Well said, Ron.
Right?
Well said.
On that note, we shall call it a day.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Mhm.
So we have one left,
One left, and that
which
is
is physical
Jay's.
touch.
Jay-
So again, if you haven't taken the quiz, or if you have taken the quiz and physical touch is your love language
Mhm.
or your significant others,
Right.
join us. It'll be our last one, and then we'll continue on with
Different topics.
different topics that we
Right.
had. But I really enjoy you guys chiming in.
Mhm.
I feel like going through these love languages were just insightful.
Right. It's educational because
Yeah.
a lot of people have a lot of different views when it comes to the love languages. I would say, like I told you guys before, that my number one love language in the past was physical touch
Mhm.
until I went through the situation with losing her mom and watching her mom go from healthy to actually passing away in front
Right.
of our eyes. And then that just changed my love language to quality time. I will challenge you guys, like we've been through all these love languages. If you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, to figure out what your love language is. So if you get into a relationship, you can voice what it is that is a
Mhm.
priority for you, or you can figure out what it is that your partner's love language is. So then you can cater towards their love language.
Totally agree.
All right.
Yeah.
So until next Thursday, we really appreciate you guys joining us for our podcast, which is every Thursday at 6 o'clock Mountain Time here. 6 o'clock Mountain Time. We're on, like I said, every
YouTube
Thursday.
Live and Facebook Live.
Yes.
So yeah, please join us. We have one more next week,
Right.
Thursday.
If you guys have any topics that you want us to cover, that's something that's been
No, not covered.
do you guys want something that for us to cover?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like a topic that you would like for us to cover after our love language, which is next last
our
love
final.
language is next week.
Hmm.
Then we'll start getting into normal topics.
Yeah.
Make sure you reach out to us, either send us a message or
if you'd love to join us on one.
Yeah,
If there's
if-
some specific you want to talk about and be our guest.
we have video capability. So
Mhm.
make sure that you join us. One of the things that I do want to talk about is grief. As
Mhm.
far as how you individuals grieve and
Yeah,
so forth.
eventually I do want to do one because we lost my mom recently, and our husbands really had to be like our support system. And so dealing with grief as the supporting partner, I think would be insightful to
Right.
people on how to handle it.
So, like I said,
So yeah,
different topics. If you guys have a topic that you want us to cover, we'll turn it into a podcast and we'll put it out there to the public.
yeah.
But until then, I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for joining us every Thursday. We have some truths on here
Yeah.
that really follow
Always
us every
join
Thursday
us.
and
Thank
chime
you,
in.
guys.
So we really appreciate your support on what we're trying to do. Once again, this is Chatter of Opinion. I'm Ron,
I'm Angela.
and we will talk to you guys next week.
Have a good one.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.